Okay. Good evening, children. All right, so okay, hi, good evening. Can we see some responses? If you can see me and if you can hear my voice. Is my voice clear and am I visible? Is the screen visible? We have a session on quant previous year questions on algebra. It would be good if I can see some responses. Hello. Please confirm if you can hear my voice. I can't see any response as of now. If you can hear me, just respond that my voice is clear. Okay. All right. All right, so let's start with this session. Yeah, yes, you can hear my voice. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hi, my name is Raj. I have been teaching for CAT for almost 24 years and I've been teaching for Quant and LRDI subjects for CAT and all the related exams. Where did this go? Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with this session and today's session we have this quantitative ability previous year questions and it is, one second, I'll just take the pen. Yeah, previous year questions and we have taken the questions on algebra. Okay, some beautiful questions, some beautiful methods and we'll try to see if we can do some shortcut methods. Okay, okay, I am audible. Thank you so much. So without wasting much time, let's get to work straight away. I'll give you a question. What I'll do is the method of this session would be I'll give you a question, I'll give you a couple of minutes to see what you can do and then we'll discuss the solution of that. Okay. You can keep asking your observation about the question in the message box. Okay. Let's take the first question. So this is one question which involves numbers as well as algebra a little bit, primarily numbers concept. So take a look at the question, read it carefully. On the basis of whatever you have studied till now in your preparation, try to see what you can make out of it. You can respond with your answers. Hello, 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 Amrita. Okay. Okay, so those who are coming in now, we have just started. This is the first question. Okay, we have taken questions primarily from algebra. This is the first question which also has a little involvement of numbers, factors. So I want you to read the question, try and solve. I'm giving a couple of minutes for every question. These are previous year questions from CAT 2023 based on algebra. Hello, Kajal. Okay, chal, let's try to solve this. This is a pretty easy question. Now, one thing that I would like to point out, the moment we see a greater than 1, b greater than 1, something like powers, a lot of us get scared of these questions, whereas these questions are extremely easy. How? Let's see. This is a to the power m into b to the power n. So what we see is there are two parts in this. The other side we have 144 to the power 145. The moment you see 144, what comes to your mind? It is 12 square, so break it. It is a situation of factorization. Factorization. So first you do the factorization. What is the factorization of this? This is 12 square, so can I write it as 12 to the power 2 and whole to the power 145. We know that a to the power x whole to the power y, the powers get multiplied. So we have x, a to the power x into y. So here this 2 and 145 will get multiplied and we get 12 to the power 290. Right? But this still has to be broken into two parts because on the left hand side we have two parts. So what all can I do? A to the power m into b to the power n. One primary instinct that all of you will have, break 12 as 2 square into 3. So first do that. So 2 square into 3 whole to the power 290. Another rule related to power or indices that we have is a to the power x into, I think the same rule, So what we can do is, we don't need anything extra. So simply open it. If you open this now, this will become 2 to the power 2 into 290, that is 580, into 3 to the power 290. So this is one situation that we have, a to the power m into b to the power n. Okay, this is a very clear, valid situation. But what is the question? The question is, then the largest possible value of n minus m. The first number, first power presents m. The second power presents n. We need n minus m. Largest value of n minus m. So what should I do? I should try to maximize n and minimize m. How is that possible? Now this is not related to calculation. It is just about the simple presentation. Okay? How would I minimize m if the base of that number is very large? How would I maximize n if the base of that number is very small? Okay? The smallest natural number is 1. So in this case, what we can do is, let's see, we go back to the previous case because here, if I have taken this large, this value is very, we need to change this value. So for that, what we do is we go back to the situation am into b to the power n, where it is 12 to the power 290, or what we do is we can write this as 2 to the power 580 as the second part because we want to maximize n. इसको उस तरफ ले लिया, and इस तरफ this 3 to the power 290, let's say it is to the power 1. Okay, so this 1 becomes m. So we are taking this whole thing as b and this whole thing as a. Both are natural numbers, both are greater than 1, all the conditions are satisfied. So we are taking this whole number as a and this whole number as b. Right? So from there we get m equal to 1, n equal to 580. So the largest difference, is it possible? We cannot go below this. m को हम 1 से नीचे नहीं लेके जा सकते, है ना? So whatever number we take, the minimum value of m will be 1. So n minus m, the largest value will be 580 minus 1, and that is 579. Right? ठीक है? Okay. You want to take admission in PGDM? अच्छा, अभी we'll talk about these questions. ठीक है? Then maybe at the end, I'll take up those questions. So answer is option C, 579. Now, यहाँ पे problem क्या होती है? Sometimes we feel that we must take this 3 to the power 290 as a to the power m. No, that is not necessary. You have to understand that 3 is a number. 3 to the power 290 is also a number. So the whole thing as one single number to the power 1 so that the power value is minimized. Okay? because we need the largest value of n minus m, so n को बड़ा करना होगा and m को छोटा करना होगा, ठीक है ना? Fine. चलो, let's move on to the next question. This is the second question. It is based on, again, a little bit of numbers. Try doing with pen and paper, sit properly, professionally, the way you would sit in a class, so that you learn something from here. Yes, hello, hello. Good evening. This is the second question that we are doing, so those who are coming now, just read the question, try and see what you can do. Hello sir, your experience is greater than my age. Yes, that's possible. I started teaching in 2000, October 2000. So take benefit out of it. So we'll wait for 2 minutes and then we shall discuss this. You need to understand that these are the questions from CAT 2023, supposedly one of the most difficult papers in the history of CAT, right? That's why we have chosen these questions which are little easier or direct question. है ना? So कई बार लोग बोलते हैं कि difficult है. You should more rely on your own learning and knowledge. Yes, Aaron, you can crack CAT if you do it, if you practice in the right manner, if you try to learn in the right manner. Alright, let's take up this question. What does this say? For any natural number m, n and k such that k divides both m plus 2n and 3m plus 4n, k must be a common divisor of which of the options? Okay. So what we are saying here is that k divides, मैं दोनों को पहले लिखता हूँ, m plus 2n and k divides 3m plus 4n. Now from here, you see, m, 3m is here, 2n, 4n is here. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's equate the coefficient of n. How come? How can we do that? Multiply this by 2. If k divides this number, then k must divide twice of this. Twice of this will be 2m plus 4n. है ना? जैसे for example, if 6 divides 24, then any multiple of 24, 48, 72, 96, anything will be divisible by 6. So 6 divides 48, 6 divides 72, 6 divides 96 and so on. Similarly here, k divides the given number, so k will divide the twice of that number also. Okay. Now, next thing. If we subtract these two numbers, what do I get? You know, k divides this number, k divides this number. So can I say that k will divide, listen carefully, this number minus this number? I'll show you that example also. If I say 6 divides 24 and 6 divides 42. So if I subtract 42 minus 24, what do I get? 42 minus 24 is 18. So can I say that 6 divides 18 also? Of course. ठीक है ना? So that means K will definitely divide this number minus this number. So subtract this one. So 4n cancel, 3m, 2m, subtract, you get m. So what do I get from here? K divides m. If I call this as first information, this as second information, what we are doing is subtract 2 minus 1. So what is the information that we have? K divides m, that is one thing. If you check the options, K divides m is there, K divides m is there. Now let's check for n. How do we do that for n? Now it is directly easier. Whatever we did for subtraction, the same thing can happen for addition also. Whatever we did for subtraction, the same thing can be done for addition also. I'll show you that also. For example, here if you see, this is the example that we have taken. 6 divides 24, 6 divides 42. What if we add them? If you add them, you get 66. So can I say that 6 divides 66? Yes. Here it is already given that K divides m plus 2n. We have the information K divides m. What does that mean? K must also divide 2n. So from there we can say that K divides 2n also. Okay. So if you look at the options, option B is the most suitable one, right? K divides m and 2n both. So option B is the correct answer. Why not 3n? Why not n? Now n mein there is no confusion. It may be possible that 2n is divisible but n is not divisible, right? So that's something that you have to be careful. So here the correct answer should be m and 2n both. One second. Yeah. So the answer that you will mark is option B. Alright. Anything, any question, any doubt? Okay. Alpha trader, yes. Correct answer B. Let's take up the next question. This is slot 3, I think, slot 3. Moria, this is slot 3. But anyways, it is a CAT question, so it should be given that much respect and solved properly. There is a question from log, which is usually a topic because of its appearance. The look wise, the questions look difficult. So a lot of people just leave it because it looks bad. Whereas the chances are that the questions are very easy, very simple. So थोड़ा सा ध्यान से करेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. Most of the questions of log, I mean as far as the past year's paper that we have seen, most of the questions of CAT are related to log are simple. Rules of log, very basic rules of log. Log of a to the power x to the base b to the power y. This is equal to, these powers come outside. This x comes in numerator, y comes in denominator. So x by y log a to the base b. This is the most primary rule as far as the powers involved are concerned. Okay? Then there is another rule that says, which will be applicable in this question, log of a to the base b divided by log of a to the base c. No, log of b to the base c. Log of b to the base c. C to the base b. Sorry, log of c to the base b. So if the bases are same, there will be only one log. So instead of this division, what we will have is, we will have one single log, and that will be equal to, you see, this b will be eliminated. Aise kaat mat dena. It is not a division or a multiplication. Don't cut it. They eliminate the effect of each other. Eventually it will become log of the number here a and this number c will become the base. So these two rules are going to be used in this question. ठीक है? Alright, let's see what we get from here. It says for some positive real number x, if log of x to the base root 3 plus log of 25 to the base x divided by log of 0.008 to the base x is equal to 16 by 3, then the value of log of 3x squared to the base 3 is how much? First, simplify carefully using this one. Let's see whether we need this or not. Simplify this one. How do you do that? Let's see. Log of x to the base root 3 plus log of 25 to the base x. Can I write this as 5 square to the base x divided by log of 0.008. Can I take it as 0.2 whole cube? 2 cube is 8. So 0.2 cube will be 0.008. है ना? And base x. This is equal to 16 by 3. Now this power 2 will come outside. This power 3 will come outside. Okay? So we have log of x to the base root 3 plus 2 by 3 log of 5 to the base x divided by log of 0.2 to the base x. अभी एक और बात. What is 0.2? अगर आप ध्यान से देखें 0.2 is equal to 2 by 10. 2 by 10 means 1 by 5. 1 by 5 means 5 to the power minus 1. Now, if you have done numbers very well, this could have been done in the beginning itself. Okay? So what do we have here? Log of x to the base root 3 plus 2 by 3 into numerator log 5 to the base x divided by log of 5 to the power minus 1 to the base x, that is equal to 16 by 3. Now what happens? This minus 1 comes outside. That means this minus sign, this plus sign becomes negative. ये minus sign बाहर आएगा power के हिसाब से. The power is minus 1, right? So this will become negative. So what do we have? I'll use this space now. Log of x to the base root 3 minus 2 by 3 log of 5 to the base x in numerator and नीचे भी log of 5 to the base x आ जाएगा. And these two are cancelled, which is equal to 16 by 3. So eventually we have log of x to the base root 3 minus 2 by 3 is equal to 16 by 3. Now here I have written at least 3 steps extra. So अगर आपने log की practice की होगी तो you could have skipped at least 2 more steps from here. Fine. From this we get log of x to the base root 3 equal to 2 by 3 goes to this side, gets added. 16 by 3 plus 2 by 3, that is 18 by 3. Hence it is 6. Now if you remove log, x will become equal to the base root 3 and whatever number is here, it becomes the power. So root 3 to the power 6, that is 3 to the power 3, which is 27. So we have got the value of x, that is 27. अब जो भी चाहिए वो आप कर लो. The question was, what is the value of that given expression? The given expression is this one. Log of 3x square. If I put x equal to 27 or this is 27 square, तो eventually क्या बन जाएगा? Log of base 3. देखो जरा 3 into 27 square. 27 itself is 3 cube. So 27 square will be 3 to the power 6. ठीक है? So 3 into 27 square will become 3 to the power 7. So this power also will come out and we have 7 log 3 to the base 3 is 1. So answer is 7. Alright, can we see some responses whether you are able to understand, grasp whatever I have explained? It would be good if I know if you are receiving it properly. है ना? If you want me to change the speed, yes Shriram, right, you are right, answer is 7. Okay, so now that we have done 3 questions, I would want to know, is the reception proper? Is my voice clear? Is the logic is something that you are able to understand, or any feedback that you have? Yes? We'll take up the next question and I will also keep looking at your responses. Now this is an extremely beautiful question. Again, people will leave these questions just because of their looks, but they are based on some of the most basic concepts. These questions are based on most basic concepts. It is just that because of the looks of those questions, you have not tried them, or if you don't try them, obviously you will not be able to answer. Everything is clear. Thank you beta. ठीक है, बढ़िया. ये question try करो. This question is extremely beautiful, extremely easy. A lot of people would leave this question just because they feel it is difficult. It is actually not. It is based on absolute 9th and 10th standard concept, something that we have used on a daily basis there. Look at the words of the question very carefully. Identify, mark. Largest integer. No real roots. I mean, this itself answers the question if you look at it closely. Quadratic equation. है ना? अब इससे बड़े बड़े hints और क्या होंगे? Question itself has hints. And then the question is the least value of this. So there are two different concepts. This question has used two basic concepts actually. Two basic concepts. दोनों अलग अलग हैं और बड़े ही मज़ेदार हैं. दोनों ही बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हैं. उसमें से पहला वाला आपने बहुत ज़्यादा बार इस्तेमाल किया है. सेकेंड वाला कम इस्तेमाल किया होगा या शायद नया होगा. The first basic concept required in this question is one of the most used concept in your 9th and 10th standard. ठीक है? The second one शायद कम देखा होगा आपने. All right, read the question carefully. I'll wait for total couple of 2.5 minutes and then we'll start the discussion on this. You know, when you are learning any chapter that you're studying, every chapter has some specific things, right? And that should come first in your mind the moment you see a question from that chapter. Here there is a question which is related to quadratic just by the looks of it, right? X minus 1 whole square plus 2kx plus 11 equal to 0. But the moment I say quadratic equation, does it help you to recall something related to no real roots? This is about d less than 0. Discriminant b square minus 4ac less than 0. है ना? If a quadratic has no real roots, it has to have this situation, b square minus 4ac less than 0. Now, BAC, that should tell you first thing is that get the equation into the general form. What is the general form? The general form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. What does that mean? First step is convert this into the general form. Convert this into the general form. Now, is it not general form? I think no, because here we have x minus 1 whole square. किसका square होना चाहिए? X square का, I mean x का square होना चाहिए. There should be a term of x square, not x minus 1 whole square or anything else. ठीक है? ये उसका basic concept है. तो पहले आप उसको open करिए. If you open that, you will get x square minus 2x plus 1 plus 2kx plus 11, that is equal to 0. So this gives us x square minus 2x plus 2k x. So I can write this as plus 2x into k minus 1 and 11 and 1 12. This is 1. ये वाला जो है, this is 1. We have just opened x minus 1 whole square plus 12. That is equal to 0. So this gives us a equal to 1, b equal to 2 into k minus 1 and c equal to 12. A equal to 1. है ना? A equal to 1, b equal to 2 into k minus 1, c equal to 12. Put it in this expression. Why? Because the roots are not real. If the roots are not real, apply this. B square minus 4ac less than 0. So if I do that, b square minus 4ac less than 0, b square will be iska square. So 2 ka square 4, k minus 1 whole square minus 4, a is 1, c is 12, that is less than 0. Fine? Is it correct? Yeah. Okay, simplify this carefully. This 4 gets cancelled completely. And if you open it, you get k square minus 2k plus 1 minus 12 less than 0. Right? So this gives us, wait a second, this is b square minus 4ac, x minus 1 whole square plus 2kx plus 11, right? So this gives us k minus 1 whole square is k square minus 2k plus 1 minus 12 less than 0, right? And this is k square minus 2k, 1 minus 12 is minus 11, that is less than 0. Fine. Now you cannot factorize this, but you can check the value around how much will it be. You see, the value of k, you can use the formula for quadratic, that is k will be equal to from here, or that it won't be k value equal to, it will be the value for which we can find the value of k. So it is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac for this one. So b square is 4 minus minus plus 4ac, 4 into 1 into 11, that is 44, divide by 2. So 2 plus minus root of 48 by 2. So this simplify, you will get 2 plus minus root of 48 by 2, and this is 1 plus minus. Now root of 48 is how much? 16 into 3. So 4 root 3 by 2, that is 2 root 3. Okay. This means here we have less than sign. So from inequality we can get the result k is between 1 minus 2 root 3 up to 1 plus 2 root 3. Now what is the value of 1 plus 2 root 3? Approximately root 3 is 1.732. Okay. So 2 into 1.732 will be 3.464. 1 plus this will be 4.464. K should be less than that. And here some other value, 1 minus 2 root 3. I am not bothered about this value because the question says k be the largest integer. अगर k largest है but 4.464 से नीचे है, तो what is the largest value of k that should be taken from here? The largest value of k that should be taken from here is k equal to 4. So we have determined the value of k that is equal to 4. यहाँ तक ठीक है? Now, once we get the value of k, we need the least value of this expression. ये यहाँ पे मैं कर देता हूँ. Now उसके लिए there is another interesting thing. We have k is 4 upon 4y plus 9y, which is 1 upon y plus 9y. We want to find the least value of the sum. We want to find the least value of the sum, smallest value of the sum. For that, what we need to do is check their product. इनका product check करो. किसका product? 1 by y into 9y. Check their product. Their product is how much? Y and y cancel. That is equal to 9. So product of two items, it is a constant. अब यहाँ पे एक rule सुन लो. If the product is constant, then their sum will be minimum when they are equal. I repeat, if the product is constant, then the sum will be minimum when they are equal. Okay? So here the product is constant, that is 9. So what if they are equal? Their product is 9. If they are equal, then each one of them will be equal to 3. Right? दो चीज़ों का product 9 है, दोनों equal हैं, तो उनमें से हर एक की value कितनी होनी चाहिए? 3. So the minimum value of this expression that the question is asking will be 3 plus 3. And that is 6. So answer of the question will be 6. Alright. So if you look at individually the concepts that have been used in this question, they are very, very small. I'll just repeat once more. First thing was no real roots, discriminant less than 0. And the new one that I was talking in the beginning is this one, that if I have to find the minimum value of the sum, what I need to do is check their product. If the product is a constant, then each one of them will be equal to square root of that constant. Okay, so we have got the values 3 and 3, the minimum value of the sum has to be 6. Chalo, let's take another example. I'll give you, this is an easier question. Now I want to point out that this is CAT question, okay, CAT 23, so called the most difficult paper till now, है ना? देखो जरा. Now this is a much easier question, okay, this is very easy question. It is rather a straightforward question, but what is important? To be able to solve this question properly, reading the question is the most important part. A lot of times it happens. Abhinav, Bhargav, how 3 in the last question? If there are 2 items, Abhinav, if there are 2 items and their product is 9, and if I have to equate them, then how much will be the value of each one of them? Don't go for any formula or method, just think like a child. If there are 2 items, their product is 9, if both of them are equal, then what should be the value of each one? सिर्फ इसके हिसाब से सोचने की कोशिश करो, ठीक है? One way is you can put it A into A, B की जगह पे A डाल दो. But yeah, more than that, I think it should be visible. 9 number इसीलिए आया होगा. You have to also understand that the examiner would have chosen the number 9 so that in the last step you directly get the value. Right, Abhinav? Please respond if you get that. So it is 3. हमारे numbers क्या क्या थे? 1 by y and 9y. Rule क्या बोलता है? Rule says that if the product is constant, is the product constant? Yes, y and y gets cancelled. Variable gets cancelled and we are left with the constant value. So is it a constant? Yes. Now these 2 items should be equal. So what should be the value of each one of them? The value of each one of them, because their product is 9, because both of them are equal, it has to be 3 into 3, that is 3. So individual value should be 3 or square root of 9, जैसे भी आप बोलना चाहो, ठीक है? Okay. Yeah, coming back to this question, I was saying this is one of the easy questions. Look it directly. क्या बोल रहा है? Meenu purchased a pair of sunglasses. So Meenu cost price 1000. Sells to Kanu. Okay. Kanu at a profit of 20% profit. That means Kanu has to pay 1200. What does this mean? Meenu का profit कितना मिल गया? The profit of Meenu is 1200 minus 1000, that is 200. So Meenu has already got a profit of 200. Now Kanu sells it back to Meenu at 20% loss. Kanu sells back to Meenu at 20% loss. Now what happens? Now it's a different situation. Treat it as a different situation. Kanu ka price is 1200. The cost price for Kanu is 1200. And she sells it to Meenu at what price? 20% loss. So 20% of what? 1200. How much is that? 240. That means now Meenu buys it. Meenu buys for 960, right? Now this becomes the cost price for Meenu. It is as good as saying a different product. जो Meenu ने कितने में खरीदा? 960 में. अच्छा. Further it says the total profit of Meenu is 500. She has already made a profit of 200. That means Meenu's profit in the second transaction should be 500 minus 200, which is 300. वो कहाँ से आएगा? That 300 should be by further selling it. So now Meenu should sell it for 1260 to whomsoever. That doesn't matter. कोई भी हो, कौन है वो? कहीं पे तो दिया होगा. तनु and अच्छा वापस से तनु को ही सेल किया, ठीक है. So now तनु को सेल कर रहे हैं, है ना? So now in this case, this is a free independent situation. The cost price for Minu is 960, selling price is 1260, the profit is 300, right? So here 300, what is this 300 as a percentage of Minu's cost price here? 960 into 100. Just simplify carefully. 30 by 96, 1 by 32, 100 by 32, that is, or 1000 by 32, that becomes 31.25%. Hai? So 31.25%, option B is the correct answer. So this was one very easy question. Alright? ठीक है. चलिए, let's take up the next question. Oh yeah, this is also an easy question actually. Take 2 minutes. These are questions from CAT 2023. Okay, Ayush. $67.4 इसका आंसर तो नहीं. अच्छा आयुष, yeah, for the previous one the answer was B, correct. अभी ये वाला करो. Take 2 minutes. Read the question carefully. All right. ध्यान से क्वेश्चन पढ़िए. The most important part in such long question is reading. A lot of times it happens that if you read it properly, you will find that it is slightly easier. Okay. Read carefully, see what, try to visualize what exactly is happening, who is where, what subtopic of time, speed, distance is this question from. Visibly it is a question from time, speed, distance, but within time, speed, distance, what subtopic it is from. Looks like relative speed question, hai na? So that's how you analyze a question, what to do and so on. Okay. Chalo, let's take up the solution of this. What does it say? Ravi is driving at a speed of 40 km per hour on a road. Vijay is 54 meters behind Ravi and driving in the same direction as Ravi. Right? So Vijay is 54 meters behind Ravi. So suppose Ravi is here, Vijay is here, the distance between them is 54 meters, right? Ravi is driving at a speed 40 kilometers per hour. Ravi is driving at a speed 40 kilometers per hour. Okay. Ashok is driving along the same road from the opposite direction. So these two are moving in the same direction. Ashok is coming from the opposite direction and is 225 meters away from Ravi. So from Ravi, this is the position of Ashok. Ashok is coming in this direction at a speed 50 kilometers per hour. And this distance is 225 meters. Now you don't have to convert the speed from kilometer per hour into meter per second immediately. Okay? You don't have to waste time in calculation there because it says if all the three cross each other at the same time. This is what it is saying. So let's assume the speed of Vijay is x kilometers per hour. Now work on these two segments separately, one by one. If Vijay meets R, what will be the time taken? Distance 54 meters divided by relative speed. They are going in same direction. So Vijay has to be faster than R. So same direction, relative speed will be x minus 40. But both x and 40 are in kilometers per hour. So convert into meter per second. How do you convert into meter per second? Multiply by 5 by 18. So into 5 by 18. Okay? This is for VR. Similarly for RA, that is कौन था वो? Ravi and Ashok. For RA, what is the situation? They are going in opposite direction. So there the time taken to meet would be distance 2 to 5 meters divided by relative speed. Opposite direction, relative speed, addition. So we have 40 plus 50. But still this 40 plus 50 is kilometer per hour. So multiplied by meter per second बनाने के लिए 5 by 18. So 5 by 18 is simply cancelled on both the sides. So that's why it saves a bit of calculations for you. ठीक है? Then solve and find the value of x. So we have 54 divided by x minus 40 is equal to 225 divided by 90. Now 45 2s are, 45 5s are. So x minus 40 is equal to 54 into 2 is 108. 108 by 5 is 21.6. So x is equal to 40 plus 21.6, that is 61.6 kilometers per hour. This question is more about saving your time in the calculation in this step, because this may eat up a lot of time in calculations. So you have to be a little careful there. So option D, 61.6 km per hour is the answer. I see that some of you have answered as option C. So please be careful. Check karo. Option D, 61.6 kilometers per hour is the answer of that question. Question was what speed Vijay should drive. Okay? So option D is the correct one. Okay. Now we shall go to the next question. Yes, Shriram, very good. So this one. This is one very good question. This may seem a little difficult. It actually is slightly difficult as compared to the other questions. This question is slightly difficult as compared to the other ones. And there's a very high chance of making a mistake even in the logical understanding of it. So read the question carefully. We'll discuss that in detail. Take 3 minutes for this. This is also a popular type of question, because if you have done ratio proportion, you must have come across similar question. Not exactly same question, but similar question, yes. You can also ask if you are not able to understand a part of a question or language or a word. You can also ask. Price is directly proportional to square of its weight. Price is directly proportional to square of its weight. So उस part को ध्यान से पढ़िए, ध्यान से समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. And that precious stone weighing 18 units. If she breaks it into 4 pieces, with each piece having distinct integer weight, then the difference between the highest and lowest possible values, exactly हुआ है ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा है ना? It doesn't say that it has definitely happened like that. No, it doesn't say that, right? What it says that what could have been the highest value, what could have been the lowest value. Find the difference of those two things. ठीक है? So read carefully. Let's take up the solution now. Discuss करें. Alright, let's see. What does it say? The price of a precious stone is directly proportional to the square of its weight. So price is equal to some constant into the weight square. This is the general rule. According to this statement, this is the general rule. है ना? क्या करते हैं? Proportionality. How do we remove proportional thing? We put a constant, multiply by whatever is this item. This item is square of the weight. So we have taken the square of the. P is the price, W is the weight, and K is a constant. Now the question says Sita has a precious stone weighing 18 units. So the original price should be equal to K into 18 square. Now we don't know whether it is going to be used or not, but as of now this is the first information that we have. 18 square is 324, so 324K. Let it be there. आगे देखते हैं. If she breaks it into 4 pieces, each having distinct integer weight, then the difference between, okay. So if I have the weights of the 4 pieces as A, B, C, D equal to 18. Now this is the interesting part, you need to look at that carefully. Each having this between the highest and the lowest possible values. Then the difference between the highest and the lowest possible values. Okay. The total price of the 4 pieces will be. Now this is very interesting. There is a very high chance of making a mistake. A lot of people will take this possibility. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 15. That would be wrong. Q? Because it says distinct integers. Right? Also we have to look at the highest and the lowest possible values of the price. तो उसके लिए एक और काम करना होगा. When will the price be highest? The price will be highest when one of them is a very large value. Q? Because there is a square involved. I repeat, the price will be highest when at least one of them is a very large value and the others has small value. So that possibility will be for highest price. The possibility will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 12. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 12. That will give us 18? Yes. And in this case, what will be the price? What will be the price? Check that carefully. Now instead of 4, there are 4. Instead of 1, there are 4 stones. But the price method of price calculation is still the same. For example, 1 unit का price कितना होगा? K into 1 square. The price of this 2 unit stone will be K into 2 square. Price of this 3 unit stone will be K into 3 square. And the price of this 12 unit stone will be K into 12 square. Square calculate करिए और add करिए. So 144 plus 9, 153 plus 4, 157 plus 1, 158. So this is equal to 158K. Is it correct? Please check it again. For highest price, what we have done is we have taken the smallest possible values for 3 of them and one very large value, because the square increases really fast, right? It goes to really high value if the value is higher. Okay? But for the lowest price, what should I do for the lowest price? For the lowest price, we should take as equal as possible, or maybe equal. So for example, if I take 4.5 unit as the weight of each part, I will get the lowest price. But this we cannot take. Again, this will be wrong. Why will it be wrong? Because it says distinct and integers. The 4 parts are distinct integers. So we cannot take this. But at least we know that the middle value is 4.5. So 2 values should be more than 4.5, 2 values should be less than 4.5 and as close as possible. So it should be 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. In this case, the sum of squares will be lowest. Calculate the prices. For 3 unit, the price will be, now I'll write directly, now that you have seen this, actually even this also you don't need to write. 3 ka square 9, 9K. Plus 4 square is 16, so 16K. Plus 5 square is 25, so 25K. And 6 square is 36, so 36K. These are the prices of each part of the store. Add all of them to get the price of complete situation. I mean all the items put together. So 16K. How much is this? 9 plus 16, 25, 25, 50 and 36, 86K. So 86K is the lowest price, 158K is the highest possible price. Question is saying the difference between them. The difference between them. Okay? So what is the difference between them? So the required difference that we have here is 158 minus 86, that is 72K. And this is equal to 2,88,000. Hai? From there we get the value of K, and that is 4,000. Right? 72 4 is 288. What is the question asking? The total price, original price of the precious stone. So original price was okay, so now we need it, right? हमने पहले क्या बोला था? We don't know whether it is needed or not. But that is the first information that we have, so put it there. So original price will be equal to 324 into 4,000. And that is 12,96,000. 1296,000. Check the options. 1296,000. Option A is the correct answer. Okay? Option A, 1296,000 is the correct answer. Okay, any doubts, any questions? Okay. Let's take up the next question. Yeah, this is a very interesting one. Nice question. I'll give you 3 minutes for this. Read the question carefully, okay? You know, most of the situation, reading carefully, reading properly, marking the correct keywords itself is really helpful to solve the question. Right. Okay, you have done similar question but with ratio. Great, very good. ठीक है, just read the question, see whatever is required, follow the basic concepts. Yes, any difficulty in reading the question, you can tell me. If you find any part of the language of the question difficult, you can ask me. Okay. ठीक है, let's discuss the process of this question. What does it say? It says Jayant bought a certain number of white shirts at the rate of 1000 per piece and a certain number of blue shirts at the rate of rupees 1125. White, blue. Let's assume X shirt for the first one, Y from the second one. Prices 1000 per shirt white, 1125 per shirt blue. ठीक है? So the total cost, how do I calculate the total cost? Price into number. So total cost would be 1000x plus 1125y. Just let it be here. This is the total cost. This 5 is looking different, so I'll make that correction. 1125. Yeah, now this is correct. Okay. Now for each shirt, he then set a fixed market price which was 25% higher than the average cost. This is the total cost. So what should I do to get the average cost? Average cost will be total cost divided by number of items. The total number of items is x plus y. So the average cost will be 1000x plus 1125y, 1000x plus 1125y divided by x plus y. Right? Okay. And then he increased the price by 25% because the marking up is 25% on the cost price. That's what is given in the question. Now 25% increase, that means fractional increase is 1 by 4. That means the multiplying factor will be 5 by 4. So into 5 by 4. Okay. This is the per shirt marked price. Now on this there is a discount. What is the discount? 10%. 10% discount, fractional means 1 by 10. Right? So after discount the value will be 9 by 10. Now comes the interesting part. Listen very carefully. This is the total, sorry, not total. This is the average selling price of each item. Okay? This is the average selling price of each item. And he still made a profit of 51,000. He still made a profit of 51,000. How come? So this is average price of one shirt. Average selling price of one shirt. है ना? तो अगर मुझे total shirt price, selling price निकालना हो तो what should I do? Just a second. The total selling price would be this whole thing multiplied by x plus y. Oh, so eventually what happens? ये तो पूरा cancel हो गया. So we get total selling price as, I'll just write this again for once. इसको थोड़ा simplify भी कर सकते हो. 5 2s are. So what we have is 1000x plus 1125y into 9 by 8. Now, why I did not touch this, there is a reason behind it. ठीक है? देखिए ध्यान से क्या बोल रहा है? Total selling price is this item into 9 by 8. Total cost price was this item only. So the difference between them is the profit value. And what is the significance of 9 by 8? Do you realize that the difference value, which is eventually the profit, how much is it? Do you see that it is 1 by 8 of the original cost price? Can you see that? This is common. This number is the cost price. This number into 9 by 8 is the selling price. So if you subtract, this will be common and you get 9 by 8 minus 1, which is 1/8. And the profit value is given 51,000. So what do I get? 51,000 is equal to 1 by 8 into the original cost price. If you multiply by 8, you get 408,000. And that is equal to original cost price, which is that much, 1000x plus 1125y. ठीक है? Now, So what I do is, in this situation, because I want to use this space, ye wala. So we have the total cost price is this much, and we have calculated it as 408,000. Simplify this a little bit, you will get a simple equation or simpler equation in x and y. You see 25 is common, 125 is common. Divide by 125. If you divide by 125, 1000 by 125, it is 8x. 1125, 125, it is 9y. And that is equal to 408 into 1000. I can write it as 408 into 1000. And 1000 is divisible by 125 8 times. So 408 into 8. 408 into 8. That is 3264. So we have 8x plus 9y is equal to 364. Okay? Now, this is a question from number of solutions. And here we'll follow that rule of AP. If you remember, I'll tell you. The values of x, if they increase, they have to increase with a common difference of 9. Similarly, the values of y, if they increase, they have to increase by a value of 8. Also, if x increases, y will decrease. If x decreases, y will increase. That's a standard rule that we have studied in number of solutions for simple linear equations. Okay, वैसे भी, this is a sum. Sum is constant. So if one of them increases, the other one has to decrease. What we have to remember is the values of x will be in arithmetic progression with common difference of coefficient of y, that is 9. Values of y here will be in an AP with a common difference of coefficient of x, and that is 8. What does that mean? देखते हैं. Can you find one value? Can we find one value? In fact, what I'll do is, now this is done. I hope you have noted it down. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to use this space. Because there is one more step involved, and we have 8x plus 9y is equal to 3264. 8x plus 9y is equal to 3264. In such situations, we need to identify the first solution or one solution. Here, I hope you can see that 3264 is divisible by 8. So there will be a solution for y equal to 0. But then you will say that we have to take only positive integer. Don't worry. At least we will get one value. If I put y equal to 0, x will be 3264 by 8, which is 408. This is the first solution. This is the first solution. है ना? Next solution will be what? Clearly y has to increase. You cannot have a negative number of shorts. So y has to increase, x will decrease. If y has to increase, the next value will be 8. Okay? Because the common difference of values of y will be coefficient of x. Common difference of the values of x will be coefficient of y. Now x has to decrease by 9, so it becomes 399. So this is the first valid solution. Next one, if you want, you can go ahead and find. This will be 16 and this will become 390. Next one will be 24 and this will become 381. तो ये 9 के difference से कम होगा, ये 8 के difference से बढ़ेगा, and so on. So these are all possible pairs of values of x and y. What is the question asking? If you bought both colors of the shirts, so this one is not possible because इसमें 0 है, दोनों का चाहिए. Meaning of bought both color of shirt is that you have to buy at least one shirt of each color, right? ठीक है ना? Yeah, Abhinav, 1.25 I wrote it as 5 by 4 and 0.9 I wrote it as 9 by 10. ठीक है? Now we need the total number of shirts. I think very clearly visible, this is decreasing faster than the increment here, so the total sum will keep decreasing. You can check that. 399 plus 8, 407. 390 plus 16, this is 406. 381 plus 24, this is 405. क्यों हो रहा है ऐसा? Because ये ज़्यादा तेजी से कम हो रहा है. ये 9 के रेट से कम हो रहा है, ये 8 के रेट से बढ़ रहा है. So the highest value is 407. यही पूछा है. Maximum value of total number of shirts that he could have bought is 407. So answer of the question should be 407. Can we see some comments whether you understood this or not? Very good, Abhinav. Yeah. Vihana, any doubt? Maurya, Anshika, Shriram, You can tell me anything that you wish to ask in this question now. Very good. Chalo, so we'll take up the next question now. Okay? We'll see the next question. This is a very good question. This again is a, yeah, I mean, this is how they create the paper in CAD, right? Badhiya questions, logical questions. Abhinav, just tell me one thing. If I have a number 1000 x plus 1125 y, that is equal to 408 1000, you tell me what is the first number that should come to your mind that will divide. We have to divide. If there is something common, we normally cancel it, ना? अगर जैसे हमारे पास 4x plus 6y equal to 20 होता है तो हम क्या करते हैं? Just by looking at it, we know that it is going to be divisible by 2. Right? Because 4 is even number, 6 is even number, so 20. So we divide by 2, we get 2 here, we get 3 here, and we get 10 here. Okay? Here in this question, can you see that all of these coefficients and this number is going to be divisible by 5? Can you further see that all of these numbers are going to be divisible by 25? How come? It is 1000 clearly, you know, 2 zeros. This is clearly visible, divisible by 25. है ना? This is also clearly divisible by 25 because there are 2 zeros. और आगे बढ़ते हैं. Because here it is 3 zeros, here also it is 3 zeros. For every 0 it is going to be divisible by 1 5. है ना? For 2 zeros it is going to be divisible by 5 into 5, that is 25. For 3 zeros it is going to be divisible by 125. So very clearly this and this are going to be divisible by 125. What I need to check is this divisible by 125? Look at that, 1125. Can you see it is 1000 plus 125? You don't need to memorize the table of 125, but can you see it is 1000 plus 125? 1000 is divisible by 125, 125 itself is divisible by 125. So होगा ऐसा? So I did not know, or rather I would say that I started from checking by 5. I got to know that it is, all of them are divisible by 5. Then I looked at it closely, I saw that it is divisible by 25. Then I looked at it further closely, and then I saw that all of them are divisible by 125 definitely. So first I would divide by 125. Now, if somebody is not able to see that all of them are divisible by 125, what should you do? Divide by 5. Enjoy karo usko. है ना? So if you divide by 5, what do you get? You get 200x. Okay? Divide by 5, you get 2 to 5. है ना? Because divisibility by 5 will be visible. वो आंखों से दिखेगा. ठीक है? Now the next one, if you divide this by 5, how much do you get? 40,800, 81,600. I hope you guys are aware that when you have to divide by 5, eventually what you have to do is multiply by 2. ये 0 हटा के multiply by 2. So that's also, वो छोटी-छोटी techniques will help you to increase your speed. Now you see further all of them are divisible by 5. So divide by 5 again. So 40x plus divide by 5, 45y. Divide by 5, remove a 0 and take double. So 16,320. ठीक है? We have to divide by 5. So what should I do? Remove a 0 and multiply by 2. Remove a 0, multiply by 2. That's what you can do for division by 5. Still they are divisible by 5. Okay, so a lot of enjoyment has happened. 8x plus 9y. Okay, remove a 0 and double. So 1632 का double कितना हो जाएगा? That will become 3264. अरे ये तो same आया. अच्छा, yeah, right. Obviously it has to come same. हाँ, so थोड़े practice करते रहना है. Something that is, you know, anything that you come across which helps you to increase your speed, increase your level of understanding and so on and so forth, you should keep trying. ठीक है? अच्छा, this is a question of SICI? नहीं ना? This is a question of geometry. Geometry which also involves geometric progression. Sumit, कौन से question के बारे में बोल रहे हो बेटा? This is a geometry question as the one that we see on the board right now. It is a geometry question. Okay. The question that you see on the board right now, it is a geometry question. Mani is saying the answer is B. Okay. पक्का B है क्या? थोड़ा ध्यान से देखो शायद. I mean I don't know. That is not the answer actually. Okay. So थोड़ा ध्यान से देखो. This is a good tricky question, right? This is a good tricky question. So read carefully, draw the diagram to help you, Anna. Draw the diagram properly. About diagram, this is another thing that you guys need to understand. See, when we do it on the board, we may have tools. So we may get to draw a perfect rectangle using the tools. But yeah, I never use the tools there because in the exam you are going to have only your pen, pencil, paper. So make it a habit, make it a practice that whatever practice you do at your home, you do it properly by drawing the diagrams on the paper, because in exam you are not going to get the perfect shapes. जैसे electronic gadgets के साथ possible हो जाता है, ठीक है? You have to practice, you have to make sure that your hands, your finger is comfortable in doing that. Otherwise आपको visualization में तकलीफ होगी. You have to be comfortable and aware about your movements. कि आप जैसा diagram बनाते हो, circle बनाते हो, अंडा बनता है, all those things, you should be aware of that, right? Yes, this is actually a very nice question. I'll wait for a couple of minutes more and then I'll go ahead. I'm just underlining one important part here, geometric progression. Was there any trouble in my voice during this entire session? We have already spent 1 hour 18 minutes. Ab pooch raha hu. But yeah, still you can clarify if there was any trouble with the voice so that next time I am more careful about it. One thing that I have mentioned again and again in different situations at different forums, in geometry, if you really want to crack geometry or CAT exam, some people ask about cracking CAT, geometry has a lot of questions, right? At least 6, 7, 8 questions depending upon the year of the exam. And almost all questions, I mean if not all, 80% of the questions are based on triangles. How is that possible? Even in this also, if you see, it starts with a rectangle and immediately slides into triangles, right? So, दो triangle है और एक quadrilateral है. But even that quadrilateral is related to the triangles because that will be subtracted and so on. Even within triangles, if you are like comfortable with right angle triangle, when I say right angle triangle, there are possible combinations with integers like triplets. Then some special triangles like 30, 60, 90, 45, 45, 90, 30, 30, 120, those triangles. No, 30, 30, 120 is different. That is a isosceles triangle. But yeah, right angle triangles with triplets, Pythagorean triplets, area formula, in radius formula, circumradius formula for right angle triangle, and generally also, if you have done triangles really well, a lot of geometry questions you can do. This you can try on the past year questions of geometry chapter specifically. You will see that around 75-80% of the questions involve or directly based on, so they either involve geometry concepts or they are based on geometry concepts. And उसमें से भी आधे से ज़्यादा right angle triangle. चलो, let's take up this question now. In a rectangle ABCD, so with your beautiful hands, draw a rectangle. अपनी कलाकारी का नमूना अपने पेपर पे देखो, ड्रॉ करके खुद से, because remember that's the only साथी, only friend you have in your final exam. Okay. So AB is 9, BC is 6. AB is 9, BC is 6. Now P and Q, I'll write 6 here and 9 here because दो side equal होंगे, दो side equal होंगे. यहाँ पे मैं अभी कुछ नहीं लिखता हूँ because I need to put P and Q. P and Q are 2 points on BC such that the areas of figure, okay, so let me put P and draw AP. Let me put Q and draw AQ. So this is Q, this is P. This total length is 6, we know that. Such that the area of the figures ABP. For ABP, what do I need? I need this right angle triangle area. Just now I was talking about right angle triangle. Okay, so what is the area of right angle triangle? Half base into height? Half base into height. ठीक है ना? तो let's assume that the height of this part is A. Height of PB is A. Let's assume that this PQ is B. रहने दो इसको फिलहाल, because I can see both the triangles. ठीक है ना? So I'll write ABP, APQ and AQCD. Area of ABP, APQ and quadrilateral AQCD. Area of triangle ABP, half base into height. So half 9 into A. Okay. Area of triangle APQ. APQ. Now this one, even though it is not right angle triangle, the area formula will remain same. I hope you guys remember that even if there is a triangle like this, even for this triangle, how do you calculate the area? This is the base and height is this one, right? ये वाला height होगा. So if you see the triangle APQ, the base is B, but the height is still 9, right? For APQ, base is B, but the height is still 9. So half base into height will be equal to half 9 into B. And then comes the interesting part. They are in geometric progression and the area of the figure AQCD is 4 times the area of the triangle ABP. So one thing, they are in geometric progression and this value is 4 times ABP. तो वो काम तो पहले कर लेना था. 4 times ABP. कैसे? Have you heard about geometric progression? कैसा होता है उसमें? AR square. If I give you R value as 3, then this becomes A, 3A and 9A. Can you see the terms in geometric progression like this? But जानबूझ के 3 दे रहा हूँ because here visibly it should be R equal to 2, isn't it? The first value A, second value 2A and the third value 4A. So in this one, in this situation, what one suits? Which one suits? कौन सा वाला number suit कर रहा है? We can see that the common ratio here should be 2, है ना? So what does that mean? That means that we have this area is 4 times this value. This area should be 2 times this value. Okay? AP, ABP. So that's it. This is equal to 2 times this. पहले उसको simplify करो. So we have 9 by 2A, 9 by 2A into 2 is equal to 9 by 2B. So this clearly gives us 9 by 2 cancel, B equal to 2A. ठीक है? That is one part. दूसरा, there is another way of calculation of area of AQCD. There is another way of area calculation of AQCD. What is that? Area of AQCD is rectangle minus triangle. कौन सा वाला? देखो तो ABQ. Can you see that? ABQ पूरा. Okay, I'll write it here. Ignore that. This is triangle ABQ. Triangle ABQ. And the rectangle area is 9 into 6. 9 into 6 minus ABQ area. So we already have B equal to 2A. So this total length is A plus 2A, that is 3A. So half base into height, that is half, into 9 into 3A. So this is 54 minus 27 by 2A. This is the value of AQCD. And this should be equal to 4 times the area of this triangle, that is 9 by 2A. है कि नहीं? Now just simplify carefully. So we have 54 minus 27, 36 and 27, that is 63 by 2A. So 9 6s are, 9 7s are, A is equal to 12 by 7. So this length is 12 by 7. This length is 24 by 7. ये दोनों हमको चाहिए. We need BP, we need PQ. So we have BP, PQ. What about CQ? CQ will be, this length will be total length 6 minus, total length is 6, 6 minus those two. What are these two? 24 by 7 and 12 by 7, that is 36 by 7. And that gives us 42 minus 36, 6 by 7. ठीक है ना? Yeah. So our answer to the question is BP is to PQ is to QC. That is 12 by 7 is to 24 by 7 is to 6 by 7. So 7, 7, 7 cancel. 6 से भी cancel करोगे, it will be 2 is to 4 is to 1. So the correct answer of the question is option C, 2 is to 4 is to 1. ठीक है? Okay. So I think we'll keep it at this point. यहीं पे रखते हैं आज के लिए, आज के सेशन के लिए. We had planned it for 1.5 hours. Now I can take any question if you have. Right, Shriram, your answer is correct. Let's gauge something. Your answer is B. So make sure that you get it properly. That is wrong. Mani is saying A. Nahi beta, I have already explained. It is 2 is to 4 is to 1. That's the correct answer. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me if you want to ask anything either related to this or otherwise. I will try to answer. But I would prefer if you have any question related to quant as of now. Right now after this session, if you have any question related to quant, I can help you with that. I would love to help you with that first. Yes, Abhinav, Vihana, anything? Any question? You can ask now. Okay. ठीक है. Alright, so I'll just introduce myself once more. My name is Raj. I've been teaching for CAT for almost 24 years and currently I'm taking the batches at iQuanta for Quant and DILR. LRDI, LOD3 is necessary. No, it is not necessary. We have better material for other materials for that. Okay. ABCD, quick recap of finding area. AQCD. अच्छा. AQCD. Look at the area here. जो visually दिख रहा है उसको देखो. Look at this area. How do you calculate that? Entire rectangle minus नीचे वाला ABQ. This triangle. Entire rectangle minus that triangle. ठीक है बेटा? Okay. All right. I can't pronounce your name. कुछ तो भी तुमने लिखा है, but yeah. So I hope this is clear. Anu Sharma LOD3. Anu Sharma LOD3 is not great, so don't worry about it. You don't need to do them. The same conventional 20 साल से वही चल रहा है. There is no work done on it to make it contemporary or useful in the current times. right? So I am very clear about it. I am very clear about it. वही 20 सालों से चल रहा है, उसमें जो mistakes हैं 10 साल से वैसे के वैसे ही हैं, right? So focus on something that is more based on the recent past, right? 20 years ago, the facilities that you had and now, there's a lot of difference. So even the psychology or the logic of asking questions has also changed, right? So focus on something that is more contemporary, more useful in the current times, more based on the current patterns, which covers the questions in CAT exam on the basis of the past couple of years, because that is the trend that is going on. Suddenly trend change nahi hota. It usually goes on for 2-3 years, then slight change, then 2-3 years, then slight change, and so on. There is no sudden change. But yeah, if you look at the papers from last 10 years ago and 10 years from that, the papers are very different. Couldn't solve most of the questions without seeing your approach, except arithmetic one. That's okay. If you are starting your preparation and if you haven't spent that much time, it is obvious that you will take time in the beginning. What is important is that you follow the right process. What is the right process? In every chapter, first you do the basic questions. See how much time you have spent on it. See how many questions have you done. Then you can expect yourself of doing a medium level question. After doing, let's say 15-20 medium level questions in a chapter, then you should expect yourself to do a higher difficulty level question. Directly nahi hoga. Okay? So it has to be realistic approach depending upon how much work you have already done in that area. मैं बार बार यही समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ that you start today and cannot become a champion tomorrow, right? It's like bodybuilding. You start working on it, a few months, maybe sometimes a year after that you start seeing change in your body. ठीक है? उसी तरह से mathematics भी है. Alright? चलो, so I hope I have answered your question. I would love to answer your questions more. Put your comments, even if when the video is, this class gets over, the video will be available. Go through that. Put your comments in the questions. We'll go through the comments again. If there is anything that is required to be answered, we will definitely do that. Daily classes and doubt solving classes. Asta, I didn't get the. कोई बात नहीं. Batch का जो group है उसमें message करो. You will get it. ठीक है? Doubt solving class का नहीं मिला. I'll tell somebody to get back to you. ठीक है आस्था? I'll ask someone to get back to you and resolve this today itself. Okay. And yeah, it's God's again. See, what did you say? You said you did arithmetic question, है ना? So I am more happy on hearing that you were able to do 2 questions or 3 questions. That is more important. So उन दोनों तीनों क्वेश्चन को बिल्डअप करो, उसके मुताबिक फिर आगे वाले चैप्टर्स पे बेसिक्स के ऊपर काम करो. What material should be refer for practice? See, as of now, updation के हिसाब से, on the basis of the updated, on the basis of the CAT exams last couple of years, I see the material that we have at iQuanta is quite up to date, up to mark, and there's a lot of similarity. I mean, good questions are being followed in every exam almost. So that is the best material that we have right now. Okay. उसके बाद ठीक है, चलो, I'll have to go now. But still, if anyone has a question, put it in the comments. And if you're watching the recording of the session, do ask your questions here. We'll try to see and we'll make sure that we take up in the next video if it is more important. ठीक है? Okay, so thank you so much for your patience. I hope whatever we discussed, it helps you today. So I'm going to end the session now. Thank you. Take care. Stay healthy.